Hello, lovely Capricorns. I hope the day is finding you well. Today is your July reading. Obviously, the readings are general and they're not going to resonate for everyone, but we hope that it resonates for you. And certainly feel free to like, share, or subscribe if you like our messages and our style. What else do I need to share with you today? We offer private readings and also distance energy healing, and I'm also an intuitive coach, and so I offer private sessions live through Zoom. And if you're interested in that type of work, you can find more information in the description box below. And I think, dear friends, that is that. All right, let's get started. Let's see what the energies have for you in the month of July for Capricorns. Capricorns for the month of July. What messages are coming through for Capricorns for the month of July? I'm going to be pulling several decks here. Get an overall sense of the energies for you. Okay. Just a few more before we get started. Perfect. All right, sweethearts, let's take a look. Wow, okay. I can already tell there's going to be some big energies this month for you. This month, your overall focus is on nourishment, nourishing your physical bodies, nourishing your emotional bodies, nourishing your souls, your hearts, right? What fills you? What feeds you? What inspires you? And for some of you, this is going to resonate more in the realm of what do you want to give nourishment to? What do you want to bring into the world? How do you want to support the planet? How do you want to support other people? Beautiful. That's kind of the overall. What's going on with your soul this month? Ooh, time for a nap. I feel that. I could use a little nap myself today. Serendipity and unfinished symphony. So definitely a need for some of that nourishment we were just talking about. Some of that rest and recuperation. This nap, this is also more than just a physical nap, like resting and all of that. What I feel like is this time is also about going inward, taking a break from all of the busyness of life or all of the things that are pulling on you so that you can go inward and just disconnect from all of that mental chatter, all of the plans, all of the everything external that's pulling on you. So this is kind of an internal nap, a time of rest for your mind, body, and soul, okay? Let's see if there's anything else there coming through. Yeah, so just, again, more of a mental nap, taking a break from the mental chatter. And there's something important in this for you. As you take that break, something important is going to come through to you, an awareness or some kind of insight or realization that's going to be important for you, okay? Serendipity, so hold on a second. Let me tune into this card for a second. So this, with serendipity, there is a sense of like things coming along your path that you don't expect, or two messages are coming through. So for some of you, it's things coming onto your path that you don't expect. But the stronger message that I'm getting from this is that many of you are expecting things to come on your path that aren't arriving yet. So you might be feeling a little frustrated by that there are some things that you're like, oh, come on, I've been praying on this. I've been like practicing my abundance. I've been, working at it, and it's just not happening. Like, why are these things not coming forward? Okay, so that's some of the message for some of you. And then Unfinished Symphony. This actually, so even though this card represents kind of the end of a cycle and at the beginning of something new is more what I'm picking up on here. So there's been a time for you of a certain period of growth that you've gone through that now you're just getting ready to step into the next phase of that growth, which is going to be a new beginning, but you haven't quite gotten there yet. So you're maybe that's what this nap is for, right? Is like, as you take this time out for yourself, the awarenesses that are going to come in are going to help shift you into that new beginning, but you're not quite there yet. For the month of July, you're still wrapping up the energy of this completion. And clarifying cards, rites of passage, balance, and Mother Nature. So balance definitely speaks to me to, taking this time to recover, to recoup, to disconnect. Also tapping into the Mother Earth energy, which was interesting that came out, especially since we have Nourish and we see the planet here. So for some of you, this might be about how can you nourish the planet, or how can the planet nourish you? If you're somebody who's really keyed into nature and that's something that really replenishes you, this might be a really good time to get out into the woods, into the world, and connect with nature a little bit more. Rites of passage is exactly this piece that I was talking about, where you've just come through a growth period and you're at the end of the cycle, but you're not quite ready into that next new cycle yet. So you're moving through that, but this time for you is a rite of passage, and it's going to move you into a new phase of growth, a new phase of learning. All right. So that's kind of what's coming. And the energy for July is the ending of this cycle, kind of winding this cycle down. So if you've been going through a lot of stuff this month, if you've been dealing with what I'm feeling like is, for many of you, there's been this period of emotional isolation. So even though we've been in isolation physically as well due to current world circumstances, there's been a sense of kind of being cocooned a little bit, and you're just at the beginning of coming out of that time, okay? And I want to look more into this serendipity and find out a little bit more about what's going on there for you. So what is Capricorn feeling like is supposed to be coming that they think is not coming? So I'm hearing things like job opportunities, stability. You've been waiting for information. You've been waiting for communication to come in that hasn't come in. And you just feel like you're kind of feeling like things are not happening in a lucky way for you. And the message I'm hearing is that it has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with timing. So trust that everything that's happening now and in the way that it's unfolding is happening in the exact right time. Don't question that. Don't worry about that. Just allow it to unfold. Allow it to unfold the way that it needs to. You don't need to force anything. It's coming, okay? It's all unfolding perfectly. What more can we know for Capricorn? Yeah, so man holding a coin. So that's finances, stability. Again, waiting on a job, waiting on promotion, waiting on money. Is there anything else here we need to know? The Sun. So you've invested a lot. Whatever this is for your particular situation, you're very invested in the outcome of this. And it feels like for some of you that for some of you, you have the belief or the feeling that if the outcome does not work out the way you hope or want it to, that things are going to be difficult for you. And you see Edward has come to join your reading. He's eating the fake plant. All right, Ed. It's always good luck when one of my cats joins the reading, so you know that the tides will be turning. Anyway, so you're feeling very attached to the outcome of this, and it's like your happiness is hanging on it. It's like if this thing doesn't happen, then you're not sure if how you're gonna survive emotionally. So let's see, what more can we know about this situation? So Archangel Chamuel, third chakra. So this is your solar plexus. This is the center, the energy center of will, of willpower, of a sense of well-being. What I love about this card in this particular representation, you can see around the angel's head, there's a golden light, and also in the heart center. So this is a reminder that even though you're feeling like you can't move this situation forward, that you can trust your heart and you can trust spirit to guide you. Yeah, that message is coming through really strongly. That you can trust yourself and spirit. And the next card that came out is Door to Spirit. So rites of passage, this movement that's happening for you in the month of July is exactly the right timing at exactly the right time. You're in the exact right place. You're just not seeing it yet. And trust in the divine timing. Trust that you're moving into this space where this door of spirit is opening to you, and all kinds of amazing things are coming in for you. But I'm also hearing that it's just about shifting your perspective just a little bit. So what are you focusing on? Where is all of your attention? Is all of your attention on, these things are supposed to be happening, but they're not? Or are you able to put attention on, here are the things that I have now. Here are the things that are working for me now. And as you focus more on what you do have and what is working, you'll begin to see where spirit is working in your life even more so than you do now. And the next card that came out is Door to Romance. So some of you may be having the experience of a new romantic interest peeking in, and the way this is coming through, this feels like I'm not quite sure if this is a new energy or an energy you're familiar with, but the way this comes through is that the person who's interested in you is sort of peeking in on you. They're kind of, hey, how's that person doing? And they're curious about you. Their interest is piqued. But they're not, I don't feel like they're fully in your life. It's like they're kind of watching from the outside. This may be something related to an internet or an online situation. It may be somebody that you've just met, but you haven't gotten to know well yet. Maybe you've talked on the phone. I don't feel like there's been a lot of in-person contact with whoever this is. And the way it's coming through to me is I'm seeing someone, generally it's a male person that's coming through in this card. And I'm seeing somebody who's athletic, like in really good condition, who takes good care of themselves. And they seem to have dark hair. And they might be a little untraditional in some ways. But they're very attracted to you. This kind of comes across like a page energy. They may or may not be able to offer you anything long term. Right now it feels kind of like flirty romance, you know, fun in the sun kind of thing, okay? And the next card that came out is Door to Value. So again, for those of you where this message resonates about, you know, waiting on something stable to happen, this is just confirmation that that's already on the way. It's just a matter of timing. It's just a matter of where you're putting your attention and allowing things to unfold. I do feel like for some of you there is action needed. If you're waiting, if this is about a job that you've applied for, or you're waiting on a job, or you're waiting to hear back, it feels like there's something that you need to do. Or if there's a job you're interested in that you need to apply to, then definitely I'm feeling like some of you need to take action around that. The next two cards that came out are Hostilities and Cornucopia. And I feel like the cornucopia is what's coming for you. So just, again, allowing that energy, allowing that timing, allowing it to flow. Here's what's funny about this card. Well, I don't know if it's funny, but the romance card, this sort of page card, this person here is what I was seeing in my mind. This kind of dark-haired, very athletic, good-looking person. I don't know if these are related yet. Let's take a look at that Hostilities card and see what more we can learn about that. Actually, this is also coming across as a card of self-protection. So some of you may be very guarded, whether that's in romance or any other situation. You just may be guarded. And that might be contributing to some of how things are coming toward you or not, in terms of your expectations and what you think it should be versus what it is. Man holding a heart came in reverse. So for some of you, this might be that it doesn't feel like you've recently ended a relationship, but that some of you are you're still holding some pain from the past, some hurt from the past, and it's creating this kind of guardedness in you. And that's a factor here. So let's see what healing needs to happen around this guardedness for Capricorn. What healing needs to happen for Capricorn? What healing needs to happen for Capricorn? So this is interesting. So the first card out is Sexuality, and this card represents root chakra, and a little bit of sacral chakra also. So it's a combination of those two. Sexuality is our energy center, where we create and we motivate and we energize ideas and things. But I also feel like this is strongly in our root chakra, in your root chakra, around just having a firm foundation. So the healing that needs to happen here is whatever happened, whatever heartbreak or situation that you endured that has left you feeling guarded, it's left you guarded around your security as well, and it's also keeping you holding you back from expressing your energy, your motivation, taking action on things that are important to you. So this is an area of healing. The next card is Fertility, and these cards are kind of connected from an energetic standpoint. So that energy center of the sacral chakra that I was talking about, where you have creativity and energy and action, that's very similar to this Fertility card. Being able to energize an idea and move it forward, making it tangible. So this is another opportunity for healing, a little bit more around that. And for some of you, this could get into a physical healing situation where you might have some challenges around fertility, and you need to do some emotional healing around that, but there might also be an opportunity to do some physical healing around that as well. And life purpose, this is interesting that this came out as an opportunity for healing. So for some of you, you may be holding yourself back from your life purpose. You may not know what your life purpose is. You may be struggling with that question. Or if you feel like you know what your life purpose is, you may be holding yourselves back from actually stepping into that. And I'm feeling like that's a little bit of the theme here that we were talking about. That as you're waiting for these other things to solidify, that you're kind of shutting yourself off from this bigger picture, this bigger life that you desire or that you want or that's waiting for you. I feel like I want to pull a soul card for you all, Capricorn. These are nice messages. What messages do we have for Capricorn? What messages do we have for Capricorn for the month of July? Beautiful. Okay. How can I deepen my trust right now? So that's everything that I was saying earlier here about really recognizing that what you have right here and now is exactly what you need, and everything is unfolding in perfect timing. So I feel like cultivating that trust and surrender is super important. Let me read the back of this card for you. Trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. And I think this is another good one for you, Capricorn. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? So there may be, for some of you, particularly around this piece that we were talking about, whatever this disappointment, broken heart is, and your guardedness, it may be that in the past you haven't had good boundaries with people, energetic boundaries, emotional or physical boundaries. So it's really important that, maybe this is a good time to be looking at that and learning what it means to you to have good boundaries and to strengthen your boundaries. The card says, to create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationship, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. That's a beautiful message. And remember, we talked about taking a time out, time for a nap, going inward. So maybe that is a time and a chance for you to be looking more closely at this area of boundary and the healing that needs to happen. All right, my lovelies. I want to pull one more message for you, actually. I'm hearing an angel message is in order. So let's get to... Come on, really? Trust. Didn't we just get that card? Trust again. I think this is the message for you today. So, trust. All will work out well. We, your angels, are here to nurture, protect, and heal you. Trust in the healing power of your love. We love you more than you will ever know. Heart and soul. When making your decision, take into account what your heart and soul are saying. Sometimes the mind can deceive us. Choose through love, not fear. And you'll see Edward came back to visit you. Again, that's a very good sign in the readings when Edward comes to visit. It means the readings are jiving for him. He's resonating. All right, sweet souls, I'm wishing you all the best.